Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar presented by the Healthy Food Choices in Schools Community of Practice. I'm Karen Osborne, Communications Coordinator for the Community of Practice. Today, I'm pleased to welcome Nara Sandberg and Cherry Dumal of the Monday campaigns. Today, we'll be discussing Kids Cook Monday and the benefits of Monday family dinners. If you have any questions for Nara and Cherry, please feel free to type them in the question and answer, and they will address them at the end. Technical questions can also be asked in the Q&A and will be addressed right away. The webinar will be recorded and a link to the recording will be available later today. Also, we really appreciate your feedback and hope that you'll take a few minutes at the end to fill out an evaluation of the webinar. The evaluation will be available when you disconnect. Thank you again, and now I'll turn things over to Nara and Cherry.
I want to make sure that everyone hears us very well. So we really appreciate being here with you today. I'm Cherry Dumal, the PR and Partnerships Director for the Monday campaigns, and I have with me my colleague, Nara Sandberg, and we're thrilled to be here today to have this webinar on how to bring Kids Cook Monday to your school or community because it could lead to healthier outcomes. So our objectives today are to help you understand and explain the Kids Cook Monday program, what's behind it, how to implement and maintain it in your community or your school, to talk about the benefits for parents and children, and also to take you through the resources, the free resources we have for implementing the Kids Cook Monday program. And of course, why Monday? Why the Kids Cook Monday as opposed to the Kids Cook Tuesday? So who's behind Kids Cook Monday? The Monday campaigns, that's whom Nara and I work for. It's a nonprofit organization that's associated with Johns Hopkins, Columbia, and Syracuse universities, and we also have partnerships with other, universities such as NYU, Langone, and others. It was founded by our, chairman, Sid Lerner, who was one of the original madmen, and it began with Mrs. Monday in 2003 with Johns Hopkins School of Public Health. And from there, we expanded into other initiatives. And our goal is to, really make public health communications meaningful through research. So why Monday? Well, because our research shows that people are predisposed, or they're open to health messages on how to start healthy behaviors on this day more than others. The research that we've had and continue to see is that this is the day of the week when people are most likely to start, exercising or looking for ways to exercise, to quit smoking, or to start a nutritious diet, or sometimes people call their doctor on a Monday more than any day of the week. So in terms of healthy eating, our research also shows that 77% of the people that we've surveyed agree that the Monday, that beginning on a Monday, helps them continue the habit to the other days of the week. It's a good, behavior modification. Our Monday effect studies have been published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine, as well as JAMA Internal Medicine. And this one was, the one in JAMA was about smoking cessation. And we found that whether you're Googling for health-related terms in other languages, if you do it on a Monday, you will see the spike of, searches for health-related behaviors on this day more than other days of the week. So our goal at the Monday campaigns is very simple. We want to help reduce chronic diseases by encouraging, motivating individuals, organizations to come together and dedicate this first day of every week to health, because again, we see that it leads to other days of healthy behavior. And we are very much working on the grassroots level, but at the same time, we also work nationally and even internationally with our Meatless Monday initiative. So what we do is we produce and distribute free resources that are vetted by our academic partners. And we love working with, organizations such as yours, and also to work with other key influencers and organizations. Again, we want to keep it simple. We have no licensing, no formal partnerships. There are no fees related. All we ask is that you tell us what you're doing so we can help promote you on our channels, and also to be able to work with you if you need additional information or additional creative resources. And just to take you through some of our other initiatives besides Meet Us Monday and Kids Cook Monday, we also cover exercise through Move It Monday and the Monday Mile, through smoking cessation with our Quit and Stay Quit Monday. If you're a caregiver, we want to make sure that we remind you to have me time, because it's very stressful to be a caregiver, and using Monday as the day to take care of yourself can help you. De-Stress Monday for stress management, and you see Healthy Monday, that is our overarching theme or umbrella for the different Monday initiatives. If you are in worksite wellness and would like to bring these initiatives to your community or company or organization, then these are some of the initiatives that you can consider to have under that healthy umbrella. So now, Nara will take us through Kids Cook Monday and what it's all about.
So the Kids Cook Monday, the initiative we're discussing today, the goal of Kids Cook Monday is to provide children with essential culinary skills, and through learning those culinary skills, enforce academic skills and other healthy behaviors, and to encourage families to eat dinner together at least once a week after preparing that meal together. So by equipping children with culinary skills, this also provides many other healthful benefits. Cooking helps to reinforce skills that are learned in school, such as math, reading, teamwork, and following directions. Also, kids who are exposed to hands-on culinary experiences are more likely to try healthy foods and consume healthy foods. It's also beneficial for adults. Adults who have cooking skills are more likely to eat healthy as well. They consume more vegetables, they drink fewer sweetened beverages, and less processed food.
And these are all based on studies.
And these are all based on research that we've seen. Research has also shown that encouraging family dinners and families eating together at least once a week, these meals are healthier, they're higher in produce, more fruits and vegetables, more whole grains, and children who eat with their families at least once a week, research has shown that they have higher academic performance, they're less likely to try drugs and alcohol at young ages, and they also have lower reported rates of stress. So a Journal of Pediatrics study showed that as few as 1 to 2 family meals a week, so eating together at least once or twice a week during teenage years and adolescence, is associated with much smaller odds of being overweight or obese once children reach adulthood. Kids Cook Monday was piloted at Columbia University Teachers College. This pilot consisted of 3-week classes that helped Harlem families start the tradition of cooking and eating meals together at least once a week. This pilot showed that over 70% of the kids who were involved in the program wanted to become more involved in cooking with their families and meal prep, and they were also willing to try more healthy foods. Parents who were involved in the program benefited as well. They reported that they were less likely to rely on takeout following their involvement in the program, and it also helped them have more skills and more resources to cook meals at home with their families. So the Kids Cook Monday program, we've done this program in after-school classes, 5 classes at PS 32, which is an elementary school in Brooklyn. We worked with the PTA Wellness Committee at this school to help plan and execute the event. The events were attended by an average of 15 families per event. The families that were involved not only reported enjoying the experience and looking forward to future events, they also used the Kids Cook Monday resources at home to cook and eat meals together with their families following their attendance. So this is just a sample agenda. We've used this agenda at PS32 and it's been really successful. You're welcome to modify this agenda as you see fit, depending on how many attendees you have and the site where you're hosting it, what resources are available. So we just start out with welcoming the children and families to the event. Something that's been helpful is offering kids crayons and paper for while they're waiting for the event to start before the cooking portion begins. And then just introducing yourself and the Kids Cook Monday, and of course some main talking points of why Monday is the healthiest day, so why you're having this event on a Monday and why Monday is the day to start healthy behaviors, the benefits of kids cooking together and eating together as a family, the benefits of family dinners and families eating together at least once a week, and then encouraging the families who are attending to commit to cooking together and enjoying family meals at least once a week following the event, and the resources that they can use to continue their commitment from the Kids Cook Monday. So something that's important to emphasize at the event, hygiene and safety. So making sure that the kids who are involved are washing their hands before they're cooking, safety, basic knife skills, which steps of the recipe that you're providing are appropriate for kids, and depending on their ages, maybe those are different, and what maybe parents should do. For example, if you're using a recipe that requires a really sharp knife, maybe that, and you have young kids, maybe kindergartners, maybe that's something that the parents do and the kids have other steps that they can do that are good for their age group. Then distributing the recipes, and then the class format can really vary depending on what you're comfortable with and also the limitations of your facility. Every facility is different, and what resources you have available will determine this. So one option is that the parents and kids at each table prep and chop up all the ingredients, and then you have an instructor or a chef who's in the front of the room who finishes cooking everything together, demo style, and then hands out the dish to each family to enjoy. Another option is chopping up all the ingredients and then preparing the dishes at each individual table. And there's endless options depending on your facility and what you'd like to do with your students, so you can decide. So these are some photos from our Kids Cook Monday program at PS32 in Brooklyn. That's our RD, Diana, at the front of the room leading the program. As you can see, the chef hats are really popular with the kids and parents who attend. Kids coloring at the beginning and chopping up ingredients. That's the school chef preparing the ingredients demo style. These events are really great. They get the whole community involved. We've had parents attend, grandparents, siblings, all different ages of kids, primarily K through 8, but sometimes older, younger siblings will attend as well. They're enjoying the meal. So when you're choosing recipes, it's important to consider what limitations you may have based on the facility where you're hosting the program and the format of the class. So you can do hot plate recipes, oven, no cook. We have tons of resources available on our website, including recipes broken down into steps for kids and parents. The culture of the students, of the facility, of the community you're working in, what budget you have available. We go into that in more detail on the following slides. Equipment that is needed at home. So in most cases, you're going to want to stick with simple recipes that don't require any advanced cooking equipment so that the families can continue using these recipes to cook together at home. Any allergens or dietary concerns. So if you have any kids or parents who have any dietary concerns, that's something to consider. Also, we encourage emphasizing plant-based recipes, primarily because this encourages kids to try new vegetables and plant-based ingredients. And then also because a lot of times if you use meat and you have young kids involved, that poses dietary concerns with cooking the meat fully and cross-contamination. And then steps that are appropriate for kids, for parents, for different ages of kids. It's okay to just do one recipe. That's what we've done in the past, and that's been successful. It's good to look for a balanced meal, something that's offering protein and vegetables and grains. Most of the Kids Cook recipes are balanced meals. More than 2 recipes is not recommended, then it gets to be too complicated. It's too much to do usually in one night, one session. You can check out Kids Cook Monday recipes on our website, the Family Dinner Date newsletter. Our suggested budget, this is just a guideline. It'll really vary depending on what you have available to you, like we mentioned before, and you can download this in our resource kit that's linked on one of our following slides that has all the resources you need to host a family cooking night. These are just some recipes that have been successful at PS32. They have protein and vegetables and grains, and the kids really love them. Just a few more. And here, this is something we always like to end our program with the kids having certificates. We fill them out with their names, and the kids really like this. It shows that they have accomplished something. It's something they can share with their friends and family, and you can download these and print them from our website.
Okay, so now that you've had your successful, cooking class in your community or your school, it would be great to get some feedback and also to encourage the parents and the kids to keep, doing Kids Cook Monday by having resources easily sent to them. So for that, we suggest that, people who facilitate this Kids Cook Monday program request email addresses from the parent attendees and follow up with quick survey questions that would help you understand how you can help improve other classes moving forward. And also it gives them the opportunity to sign up for our Kids Cook Monday newsletter, which has recipe information, thought starters, conversation ideas to get family dinners fun and also entertaining, as well as a way to bond with among families. So as far as collecting emails, you can do this when they register for the class, or you can have parents sign in on an arrival sheet. Here's an example of what you can use as well that is available in from our website.
And then you can register parents and students for the newsletter following the event on our website, or give us the email addresses to register them.
So as far as survey, again, it's all up to you, but these are some of the questions that we have used in the past, like asking about the frequency of the family cooking together, and asking them if they want more information, asking them what the challenges are. So there's a way for you to address some of these questions, either by answering to their email, or what you could do too is you could acknowledge that when you do your next cooking class. So okay, so a lot of excitement. We know the kids really enjoyed it at PS32, and the parents too. In fact, they asked the head of the wellness committee if they could do this on a more regular basis. So keep up that excitement, and some ways to do it would be to post the recipes that you demonstrated. If you have a website, or if you have a bulletin board in your community or room or school, print the recipes and offer them in high traffic areas, so that again people can take advantage of them and use them for their next meal. For schools that have Monday morning PA announcements, talk about it. Tell them about the fun that the kids with their parents and siblings and grandparents, aunts and uncles had when you conducted the Kids Cook Monday cooking class, and get the kids to talk about it at class, or when you get together in the community room. Find out what they thought about it, what they thought about the cooking it, and chopping the ingredients, being with their parents. So the ideas for keeping up the momentum are there are quite a lot of them. The possibilities are endless, so it's all up to you. So in terms of media coverage, we're happy that we've been able to generate interest from various media outlets from when it started. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but one of the ones that we are very excited about is that the PTA, the National PTA magazine, both print and online, have asked us to write about Kids Cook Monday to contribute ideas on how to make, Monday family night.
And if you're hosting events, in your school or community, and you're able to take photos and send us some photos and information about the events, we're happy to pitch these events to your local media so you can get local media coverage for your successful event.
One thing to remember, if you're going to take photos, be sure to ask permission from the parents. And one way to do it is to already have a release form that they can sign, or in some cases, I know it's announced in the beginning there will be photos that will be used for media coverage, and if people don't want to be part of it, to let you know. But I think it's probably better to have a release form that you can sign and have as reference.
And we've done that at PS30 too, just printed it out and had everyone who is attending sign it so that make sure that that's covered.
So speaking of resources, we'll go through this quickly because we have a lot of resources. And also, if you see something here, or if you know of a resource that you would like that you don't see here, let us know, because we really would just like to, to make sure that the initiative is going to be very useful and effective to everyone. One really goal that we want coming away from this webinar is that you're able to take it to your community and your school and inspire families to, cook together one day, at least one day a week. So more resources, a calendar, these are fun cards, and posters and social media assets. And if you're on social media, we're very active on that. We're happy to help promote whatever you're doing. So be sure to use our hashtag Kids Cook Monday and tag us so we can reciprocate.
And we'll share anything you're doing using our hashtag.
And again, these are, I think, Nara mentioned, you can download from this link the resources that you would need to host the family cooking night events in your school or community, such as the diploma, such as the sign-up sheet, and others. So we are happy to also show you this video that our videographer, Zach, created, and it brings to life the fun and the learning experience of Kids Cook Monday in school.
Really promotes healthy eating. Kids Cook Monday is a great opportunity to introduce families to the idea of cooking together, and it's fantastic that they'll get some basic life skills and safety skills, and also see that they can really do it at home too. Whenever we make something ourselves at home that he's participated in, he always is so proud of it and does it so well.
I think they enjoy the food more because it's a big part of the process. And it's also educational as how something is prepared.
They're learning math, science, nutrition in the process, and it gives them a sense of accomplishment. I like how we actually got to cut the vegetables, and our parents didn't do anything, so we got to do it.
The Kids Cook Monday is a nonprofit initiative from the Monday campaign that encourages families to make and eat tasty, nutritious meals together. Associated with the Teachers College at Columbia University, this program provides many helpful benefits. Family meals tend to be healthier, children who help make meals are more likely to eat healthier, and children who eat with their families are less likely to be obese. In fact, eating as a family is also linked to children having improved academic performance, lower reported stress, improved communication skills, and less likely to try drugs. Well, why Monday? Simple. Research shows that people who start good, healthy habits on a Monday are more likely to keep them up through the week. Monday also works as a reset every 7 days to reinforce healthy eating habits. At the Kids Cook Monday website, you'll find a full suite of downloadable resources, recipes, and more, all free. Sign up for our weekly online newsletter with nutritious, kid-friendly family recipes. There's also a family instructional guide, as well as the Kids Cook Monday Family Dinner Cookbook, filled with recipes that kids love. As you can see, there are lots of fun and healthy reasons to hold a Kids Cook Monday event. Here's how to get started. Set a date and place to hold your event, like a school cafeteria, church meeting room, supermarket, kids camp, or community center. Figure out how many kids and parents you can handle. Pick a recipe that matches the age scales of your children. Decide whether your recipe needs an oven, hot plate, or no cooking. Choose someone knowledgeable to lead the class, assisted by other adult volunteers. Email an invitation to parents so they can sign up. Buy your supplies, ingredients, plates, and utensils. Print the recipe and instructions from the Kids Cook Monday website. Hold your event, have fun, and make a real difference in people's lives. To help you plan, you'll find step-by-step instructions and additional tips in our Educator's Guide. Quality time with family, learning about nutritious ingredients, and how to make wholesome meals. The Kids Cook Monday has the power to create healthy eating habits that can last a lifetime. No wonder it's been recommended by the National Parent Teacher Association. To learn more, visit thekidscookmonday.org.
So that gives you the perspective on Kids Cook Monday, our initiative.
Morning construction union corruption and demands have created
Sorry.
unsafe conditions in the sub.
Sorry. So we hope that we were able to give you a perspective on how to bring back family dinner dates, to encourage people in your school and community to get together as a family to prepare and cook and enjoy dining together. We're happy to answer any questions or clarify anything that you have in mind.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic. We do have a couple of questions up so far. So the first is, can you review the budget again? Do you suggest a certain dollar amount per person or serving to keep recipes accessible for families?
I'll go back to that slide. It really varies depending on your budget, because that can really vary depending on the site where you're hosting the event, whether the school has budget or how you're raising funds for it, whether you're charging for students to attend. So we don't really have a hard answer on how much we suggest. This is just a basic outline, and it can really vary depending on your site and what your needs are.
I think also in terms of quantity, I know there's a lot of excitement during the cooking class, and people don't really sit down and have an actual dinner. I mean, the kids are running around and having fun, and they do eat it, and some of them, like, it's interesting, one kid told us, well, I never really cared for tomatoes, and now I love tomatoes. So
it's great to have enough that everyone can try at least a portion of it, but you don't have to be supplying a large meal for everyone who is attending. Another thing, as we mentioned, that we recommend plant-based ingredients. Another thing about that is the prices tend to stay more similar for plant-based ingredients, so that's something to consider as well, rather than choosing meat.
Great. How many weeks do you recommend for the series?
You mean in terms of doing it, like in
Yes.
your community or your school? Of course, being from the Monday campaigns, we would say every Monday. But really, realistically, I think like in a school, for example, at PS32, they've been doing it, I think, at least twice a year, and there have been requests to do it, at least monthly. But it depends on how many people you have that can do it. If there is a PS32, Camille really is the one who gets it going and gets people to organize. So if you have someone who's dedicated to it and really makes it his or her job to get it going, then do it more regularly. I think what's important is that to use the concept and get the parents or the guardians or to do this at home with their children. That's really the win-win when the concept is brought at home and is used, on a regular basis by the families.
So making sure that the resources are accessible and the families know, where to find them and what to do. So, once they learn at this event what to do and, how easy it is and how beneficial it is, making sure that they continue doing it each week.
I think that's why the family dinner date newsletter, we send it out. If you subscribe, we send it out on a Friday so that you can have it, and then when you go shopping, you can see, the ingredients you need, or what, if obviously you can substitute ingredients for what the recipe has, but it's already broken down as what you can do, what you can do with your child, what the child can do by himself or herself, and then you can go to the supermarket and then cook it perhaps on Saturday or for Sunday, and maybe make some finishing touches on Monday, and then sit down as a family and start talking, and and really enjoying each other while enjoying your the meal that you all prepared together.
And like we mentioned earlier, those newsletters also include not only the recipe, but conversation starters, cooking tips, little bits of information so that the kids are getting educational material related to the recipe they're preparing.
Any other questions?
Yes. Where do you get the funds to support this?
We are a family, foundation, family organization, and we're part of the Grace Communications Foundation, but everything that we do is supported by the family funds.
And what time of day did you find successful so far?
The program that we did at PS32 that was successful was after school, so not quite dinner time, but I think the event started around 4 or 5 o'clock. So, it was late enough that in the day that the kids were done with school and that a lot of parents were able to attend, but not so late that it was encroaching on when kids are doing, going to sleep, doing homework. So I think it started 4:30 or 5.
Yeah, I think we started it at 5 o'clock. I mean, obviously, whoever's going to cook and prep, and anyone who wants to be able to help gets there at least 30 minutes before.
Right. So we arrived around 4 o'clock, and the event started around 5 o'clock.
So, because you also want to set the ambience of the room. Like if you want to put some posters, if you want to put some some other signage, if you want some music to get it started, it's almost like a special event that you want to have people come in the room and already be excited that they have signage and they can see the ingredients all laid out, and everything is prepared on that they sit down and start their class.
And we were able to have the school chef do the prep in the front of the room like we showed in the photos, which was really great. She already knew the students at the school and was already kind of familiar with them, but it was a different context in which she got to interact with them. So that was another exciting way to bring the community together.
And just one note with the diplomas, what you can do too is you can pre-sign them, put your name, and then you sit down, and then each child comes to you, and then you sign. Then you get their name and put their name, write their name on the diploma. But if you want to save that extra step, you can sign several of them before the actual event.
Okay, great. We'll take 2 more questions for the sake of time, and then if anyone has any other questions, you're welcome to either ask them now and I can email you the answers after that, or you can email me at keo37@cornell.edu and I'll forward your questions to Nara and Cherry. But the last 2 questions right now are, if you are offering this multiple times during the year at one site, do you limit the number of times a family can attend?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Sure.
The last part.
If you are offering this multiple times during the year at one site, do you limit the number of times that one family can attend?
I can tell you what PS32 does. They do allow people to repeat, but what has been effective is it's first come first served basis. For example, an email will be sent out saying we're going to have this. We have capacity for, let's say, for 15 families. So whoever signs up first, will be accommodated. And what has happened is sometimes people don't know their schedules and they come at the last minute. And if they can be accommodated, then that's fine. I think you want to encourage people to participate, whenever they can. But they do know, just as long as they know that there are some limitations at times. If you really overbook, then you want people who signed up first to have the first accommodations.
We really encourage the advanced signups and have, tell people to sign up by a certain date, but we prepare for a few extra families and try not to turn away anyone if possible. Great. So, and then have you published any journal articles on this program?
That's one of the things that we would love to do. I mean, we don't have anything published yet, but working with our academic partners, we're always on the lookout for, obviously, to strengthen the research behind it. But as you could see, other people have done some strong research about it, and that's the fact that, family dinners really get families to stay together. So we do know that, with our surveys, our own commission surveys of consumers, family dinners are something that, a big percentage of families want to do.
Great. Well, thank you so much for hosting. This was a great webinar, and the webinar recording will be available later today. Thank you for everyone who has attended, and thank you so much for everyone being here.
Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And let us know how we can help.
Absolutely. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks. Bye.